Okay, the first step whenever you're doing any engine work is to disconnect the negative battery terminal. You want to disconnect the negative terminal instead of the positive one, because if you happen to touch something whenever you're disconnecting the negative terminal, it won't do anything. If you try disconnecting the positive first and you happen to touch a metal engine part, you may end up doing a little bit of unauthorized welding. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the spark plug wires from the coil packs. If you have a hard time getting these off, give the boot just a little bit of a twist. Don't yank on the wire itself, always on the boot. For this job, you're going to need a 10mm and an 8mm open end box end wrench, or as I prefer, a deep well 10mm and 8mm socket. You can't use a normal socket on these because of the type of bolt that's used. They've got like a little stud portion on the top of it. Once you've got all the bolts out, you can leave the coil packs all plugged in and everything. All you have to do is just remove it, swing it over and set it on top of the intake manifold. And go ahead and disconnect the vacuum tube. So I guess that's a breather tube, not exactly a vacuum tube, but you know what I meant. Now we just have to remove the 4 bolts that are holding the valve cover on itself. And note that these bolts do not come out once you feel that they've disengaged the threads. You can just leave them in. Don't try to pull them out of the valve covers. This is where you want to be careful. Whenever you pull this thing off, don't drag it on anything else. Be very careful, because if you lose the gasket or O-ring, they're kind of a bitch to get back in. I'm going to go ahead and just lift it off, and we're all done. Of course, if you really want to have some fun, get one of these.